Go ahead. 10 o'clock, we'll meeting order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Perfect time.
Right on time. How's everybody doing?
Good, Jonathan. How about you?
Doing good. Doing good. So June is shaping up to be a very, very, very busy month for the hospital. We've got our hardware refresh that'll be going on. We're kind of working on, but it's going to hit full steam here in June, as well as completion of the clinic. The schedule's for June 20th. It's going well. Also some patient room remodels that are happening at the hospital that are going well, and doing some things with some of the bathrooms and some of the other rooms as well. Just a lot going on. New telemetry that's getting installed in June, new Pyxis system that's getting installed in June. A lot of things, yeah. It's just all, I guess June was the month.
Yeah.
So we're kind of hanging on through June. Access control is going on as well. We're closing out our grant that we got for the clinic the end of this month. So we're trying to round up invoicing and things for that to qualify for the grant cycle that we got for that. And we also did a coding audit. I don't remember if I mentioned that to you guys or not. Found some opportunities for improvement and just to make sure that we're staying in compliance. That's one of our areas of corporate compliance that we watch pretty closely to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. So we'll have some education going on with some of our billing team and as well as with our providers as far as coding goes in the next few months. And
Do an outside source for that? Or?
yeah, a group called HCCS came and did the audit for us, and they found, I mean, it's just good information. You know, some areas we were doing good on, some other areas that we probably need to do better on, but that's life. Yeah, we're excited to get that and see how things are going. So, but all in all, things are well. Good problems to have, really. We're just trying to get through June at this point with a smile on our faces. So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me or any comments or concerns or?
I was supposed to get hold of you and I haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna do it while you're here. The leadership group that we do through the community.
Yeah.
If we could maybe interest a couple of your employees to take part in that, I'll get you an application and you can run through it. It's a good program.
Absolutely. That's the one that comes through and goes to each organization? Or
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We were up there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good for everybody to
Absolutely.
get a part of that. All
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah. No problem at all. All right. Overall, things are going well. We're just chugging along.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
See you.
See ya.
So you want to go through some new business?
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. Good.
The abstract that you can sign.
Okay.
You have 13 abatement orders with a total valuation of $236,718 and tax dollars of $37,912.32. Need you guys to go through those, review, and have you sign, Jared. And make a motion to approve them after you've reviewed them.
You guys take a look.
I'll make a motion to approve the abatement.
Second.
Yes.
And then we have some vouchers to have signed and approved. And
Put your motion, I guess, in the minutes. Yes. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second it.
Yes.
To the minutes.
Yeah.
So May 20th, wasn't it?
yes.
So two, yes. That's the same. Yes, we're good.
You need these, Michael?
Oh, please. Thanks so much, Dan.
Yeah, listen in and then, which way is our call? Yeah, sirens are usually fairly easy. Morning, everybody.
Morning.
One mic. Everybody have a relaxing Memorial weekend?
Yes.
Good.
How about you?
It was short. Weather was not cooperating for what I wanted to do.
I think most people, yeah.
But yeah,
It's good.
I mean, it was still good. Didn't get a whole lot accomplished. Still good.
Okay, didn't hear
Okay, fellas, and ladies, got the notes. Two big ones here is revitalization program. We had a verbal one, need a little bit more than that. There's an interlocal agreement. Would like, Mike, for you to review this, because we're re-upping this for another 3 years. And then there is it's only 2 pages, by the way, so it's not a book like the last one. But there is a signatory page on the back. I would like, when I start talking to other municipalities and the other taxing districts, to have this signed by all, since there was a verbal agreement to show that, yeah, the commission and the county is moving this way. And, whether they sign on or not, that'll be up to them with the taxing districts, but it does show that as a county that we're moving forward with the program, because we think it's a good thing, getting people in here. It's basically an incentive to get people in here to use the program to increase the valuation of properties in the county, which effectively increases there's a tax base increase that comes with that. Some people don't understand this isn't going on anybody else's other taxes. It's just a way to increase the tax base with the program. So it's a good thing to use the program when people are getting the rebates, because that circles back effectively in the long run back into the county and at various levels.
Can I get a copy of that?
I'll give it to Mike and he can make you a copy.
Okay.
Or I can print one off, but yeah, that's why I would like you to review this, Mike, because it is a legal document.
Absolutely.
And we're re-upping for another 3 years, so we want to make sure that our I's and T's, dotted and crossed. But yeah, he can either get you on or I can get him on.
I'll go make a copy right now.
I can do it. I'll do it.
It's up to you. So yeah, that's the big one right now. I've been working with Michelle on some of that, and I think she's got me fairly well lined out on how to approach this. But Rochelle got handed this 3 years ago, like past the deadline, so she was having to catch up to it. So, it's like there's fairly limited knowledge. It's becoming more and more as I'm diving into this, but there's fairly limited knowledge between her and I on what this all means. That's why I would like you to review that.
Absolutely.
To review the document. Now, Mike did make it through the KDHE benches. He, basically effectively said it's an engineering issue, whether we're meeting the specs for ADA compliance. As mentioned in his email back to all of us, if we hire an engineer to go out and spec that out, we're probably paying more, probably double, if not triple, $2,800. I have one more line of resource coming out of Hayes, Kansas, some folks that deal with ADA compliance quite a bit. Their company helps out the disabled folks across Northwest Kansas. So I want to check with them, make sure that they know something, well, let me put it this way. They know something that I haven't figured out through Mike and legal counsel, myself looking at that, and everybody else has chimed in on that project. Something that was discussed last week, we can continue to go down this path, but there's going to be a point to where we have invested $2,800 on trying to figure this out. Between Mike's time, my time, and everybody else's time with this. So there's a threshold for this, and we need to decide where that threshold may be and then go from there. But, if we keep trying to dive into this just for the $2,800, we're going to be over-invested on that project.
Absolutely, yes.
So there are other avenues. We have special project funds with the development office. We could maybe match some of those funds to Kim Trexler's had asked me, is like, so what if I buy the benches? Well, then we're circumventing the whole piece of the ADA compliance when we would have accepted that grant, and we get around that because it's her private property type of a deal. So project's not killed yet. We're just looking for other avenues to make this happen, given that the devil was in the details with the ADA compliance, and I honestly think that nobody knew that was gonna be a piece of that contract, so. But beyond that, the big one here is to have Mike review that, make a decision around KDHE, Trexler's benches, and then, a few other things in the hopper. We'll talk about next time. I just need to get some information back before we head down those rabbit holes, so to speak. Any questions?
So if she buys them, does that make her any more liable for anything too, or where does that put her?
It's hers at that point,
Okay.
so if any, I would hope through the subcontract, the way I understand it, we're subcontracted through the contract with the state. And if I'm wrong, please let me know, because that's the way I understand it. KDWP has a contract on that. We subcontract that as a county to allow recreational opportunities out there on that piece of property.
So that's in the contract.
Okay, yeah, so I'm assuming that there's coverage somewhere along that path for liability or whatever it may be that's within that contract.
Okay.
I haven't talked to her about any of this yet. Like I said, I wanted to see what the company in Hayes had to tell me about the ADA compliance piece before we totally killed it.
That link?
It is. Mhm. That was given, I think your associate had a buddy or somebody that worked for me, gave me the contact information. I wrote them an email. They responded back. They weren't going to be able to get to it today. So I'm expecting something by the end of the week, kind of feedback. You need to do this, or or the other piece could be that whole trail would have had to been spec'd out as ADA compliance from the very beginning, or whatever it may be. I don't know. Like I said, the information they had sent us from KDHE, KDWP, the wastewater program, it was a book of exceptions. Don't know if we fall into that, like Mike said, that would have been an engineer to go out there and figure out whether we did or don't fall into that. So minor complexities there, complications, excuse me. We'll figure it out one way or the other. Like I said, I think Kim's willing to go down that road, just able to have the benches, because now we have the trail.
Good work.
Anyway, if there's no other questions, give me a call if you have any questions about the local agreement. That's pretty straightforward. All right, thank you all. Have a good day.
Okay, Krista, what do you have now?
I don't know if it's in your booklet, the, K-Camp memorandum about the roofs. Was that in your,
Yeah, so,
that should be it,
this is,
I think so.
oh, that's the,
Property statement.
Thank you. And then I think if you go to the backside, it's going to tell you like how long the lifespan of the roofs are. I don't think there's. Actually, I think there's three.
you read off it. Used.
Looks like maybe most of them are Fairport. I think the hospital clinic. Both hospital clinic and the bottom one. Yeah, all Fairboard and hospital clinic, so. Has that one been fixed lately?
The hospital was a few years back.
Well, they actually,
Not, I mean, the clinic. Clinic, yeah.
a few months ago too, it had a leak that killed.
Yeah.
Flat roofs.
I think that one that, the portable beer garden, I'm pretty sure that one came down, so that probably needs to come off there. And then it does say,
It came down
it's that little one that they had, like,
for the tough trucks and stuff, they move around.
yeah, and it was sitting over by the, where they put the race car tracks, the little RC car track, and I hadn't seen it for a while. Well, it says hospital, it was 2016, so probably we could check and see what we need to do. Like, if these aren't upgraded or fixed, what's gonna happen to our payments? I think it's just a hospital use that really.
So the ones you have marked there.
Yeah, so like. Cook Shack. Cook Shack, wasn't that the one they did take down? That was the skids, the one that had the skids on it, right?
I don't know.
That one's down, so that should be taken off.
So I guess my question is, our insurance looks after these buildings, or it's just a thing, what roof needs to be looked at, or?
They can't
Yeah.
inspect it on the roofs when we took on the KCAM.
Oh,
I
So
guess
now
it's
it's
just
telling us
report.
like a report, and, so I mean, this says
Some of
life
this, yeah.
expectancy is like, the hospital one was 2016, so.
So basically, if something happens, we're gonna get this less money for the stuff, the date of the
because
roads.
right,
And some of this stuff would take totally off.
right. So
Yeah,
do we do more than Hill City Fire Stations? Are they under us?
I know Moreland is under the city.
Of more? Okay.
But yeah, we need to determine exactly what needs to be taken off, is what we need to kind of research.
More than sure.
Yeah, some of it we can just take off because it's not worth the insurance too.
Right, yeah.
well, so I mean, we have this cook shack that's taken down, but in that place, we have that new bathroom that's been put there.
So that needs to be added, yeah, we need to add the new stuff and take off some of this old stuff,
So, yeah,
because some of this stuff, just junk.
portable beer garden. That needs to be insured for sure.
I think keep that at your house.
Yeah. Go down there, I'll put it in my shed.
I know that, they provided us with pictures of everything when they came and gave us, the quote.
Right.
I think we should take a look at that again, Krista.
Match it up with the.
Match it up with the pictures and
Well,
just get rid of some
I
of this
took them
stuff.
around for most of it.
Okay.
20.
And these are,
But I mean, this was almost 2 years ago, so I mean, that
Sure.
bathroom just got done last year.
yes, this one needs to be, that needs to be added on for sure.
Right.
So, yeah, really, most of the buildings look like the ACV year looks like it's good, for quite a while on some of these, for sure.
Yeah, most of them are good, it's just this clinic, the hospital one, that is going to need some attention, because it's past.
So that is the actual hospital. So we probably need to bring it up with them instead of us.
Yes, yeah, that'll
Say,
be on
hey,
there.
this is what they're talking.
Yeah.
I know they have done extra. You know, they have repaired, added stuff on, so.
And it might be, have inspected up front.
Well, if you want me to, because I'm gonna take John up some information on that other, I'll just quiz him about this, if you're all right with that.
Yeah, that needs to go through their board. Might have to use that button.
Okay, so we got the weekend done. Next on the list is discussion for COLA raises. The head departments are starting to work on their budgets, and they keep on asking about the COLA raises. I'm here to say that we don't need another 5% raise, but we need a little bit of something to keep our people.
Here's my position, if the department heads keep it in their budget and keep their budget at the current levels, then, with the COLA raise, then I'm for it. And I think the national average is 2.5% this year on COLA. So that would be,
So, yeah, so can we put, like, when we go hand the budget in to Mason Miller, go ahead and say, could you figure what 2.5 would do for us? And then we could say, no, that's not gonna work, because we don't know what money is until we get the.
pretty well, when it gets to Mason Miller, they want it pretty well done.
So that's the thing. So if you tell them this, they can go and they can figure that out. But you guys also have to realize that with the tariffs and everything that's going on, everything is going up.
Sure.
So to tell them to expect their budget to stay exactly the same is
Well,
gonna be a little bit hard.
it is, but here's my position. Even if the budget stays the same as last year, taxes are gonna raise considerably. Everybody's tax rate. Y'all know how hard it's getting out there. I mean, farmers are really struggling. Businesses are closing like crazy. I mean, it's,
So here's another idea that a lot of people have suggested is we have amazing, amazing benefits, but the benefits are not putting food on the table for people. So if we can figure out a way to maybe figure something out with the benefits.
and I brought that up too. If we could save some money with benefits, maybe even like talk to insurance guys, raise the deductible like 1,000 to 1,000. You know, something like that. We'd still have the best benefits around.
I mean, back in the day, people used to flock to the county because of the benefits, but right now, to get applications is asinine. I mean, there's, even with the health department, I mean, there was 2 applications that got sent in. When Bree's position was open, 2 applications got sent in. There's just not a whole lot out there.
No,
The benefits are not bringing in the people that they once did.
People look at the money more than the benefits now.
Yeah. Used to be like every year do 3.5%, just simple.
I mean, 3.5 is not, I mean, I don't think that people would be,
I mean, it's
I
not
mean, they're
very,
not asking for 3%, we're asking for just something.
yeah.
And I just read 2.5 is the.
Yeah, I mean, we can look it all over and get somewhere and then maybe see how the budget's.
But yeah, I would encourage everybody to try to budget it in their current budget for a 2.5% COLA raise, and if they can, they can. Anybody that wants to raise their budget, I think they have to come in and talk to us.
Well, I think Kendra's plan Kendra's plan is hopefully next week, that's why we're discussing this, is so they can put that into the budget. And then she wants to review everybody coming in, review their budget with you guys before it goes to Mason Miller.
Absolutely. And that's what I've been fighting for the last
And
couple
that's
of years.
what she wants to do.
That's what I want too, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think we gotta put it in there and see what it is. We don't know all numbers until he gets it all
Absolutely.
figured out, so.
And another thing that could help with this to a point, maybe, is when they have leftover budgets. I think last year, didn't it all just go back to county general?
Most of it, yeah.
I mean, if they could keep their budget, if it stays and it carries over, that helps them to prepare for the next year.
They have to put it into, special equipment fund though, right? They can't just roll it back into their budget.
Oh, you mean money they don't use from their budget?
The remaining, I'm pretty sure they, either that or it can go to reserve special equipment. And
Yeah.
when they do have stuff arise and they don't have
They put a
to,
pretty good chunk in there last year, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, that helps with a lot of it.
Yeah.
But my encouragement is, when you're planning, when everybody's planning their budget, try to keep it, the same, and if, add the 2.5% in for COLA raise.
So next week we can maybe look at the budgets and the following week and get everybody in here.
I think next
Yes.
week, I mean, after this, I'm gonna go tell everybody, try to put 2.5 in.
Yes.
I think Kendra wants everybody to be here next week. Because I think the beginning of.
I would like to do individual, one at a time,
Yeah.
because then you get you get a mess.
That's fair. I mean, we can,
Give everybody 10 minutes.
Yeah, give everybody 10 minutes,
give me 1 second, I'm gonna go talk to Deb.
and especially anybody that wants to raise their budget.
Right.
We're really not gonna have an issue with anybody that's keeping the same. But yeah, we're at a crucial crossroads. I mean, you guys see what's going on. Farmers are struggling horribly, and businesses are closing right and left. I can't buy them all. I can't.
Yeah. Slippery slopes.
And the truth is, like, taxes are going up if the budget's staying the same. This is sad.
That's it.
Sorry, I want to double check with Deb so I didn't say this, but it does not have to go to special equipment. It can stay in as cash to help with their budget.
Oh, put it back in cash, yeah,
It can stay in their
cash, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, okay.
But we've always put it into county general or special, I think, most of the time.
But when that stays with their account, that helps them with
Sure.
their budget the following year.
Yeah, they should be, I think they should be rewarded for being under. So, yeah, I agree that they can use that for the next year. They should be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, that will come back.
Or, and
I just
also,
wanted to tell you guys that, so when John comes with the audit, you
Sure.
can tell them that stays with them.
it also takes away the incentive of wanting to burn through the rest of your cash sheet. It's just as much next year.
Oops.
You know, I mean, human nature.
Yeah, it is.
So will you all three be here next week?
I will be.
So,
Unless I'm dead.
why would you?
Put your arm out there, we'll be okay.
You'll still be here. But, okay, so I think she wants to move this along as fast as possible, so after here, I will call her and see if, and plan on just doing 10-minute intervals, and I'll let all them know, because they were trying to get them her budgets last week, but they kept on asking for the COLA part, so.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Yep, but we need to. I went to a budget meeting the other day and that revenue neutral can be a bear if you go over that rest. It's not really hard, but it's time consuming and it is.
We did it in here.
You did, oh,
Yep.
That was the $2 raise.
Okay, what do you have next then?
very good.
Krista?
Okay, I did the abstract, I did the COLA list. Informational only, the hospital clinic invitation is in there for the ribbon cutting of the clinic.
The building's definitely looking impressive.
Ain't it though?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, sure.
All right, very good. I'll try this in that.
Okay, last but not least, we received a letter in the mail from Elliott Law Office. Do you want me to read it out loud? Do you guys want to read it?
Please go ahead and read it out.
Okay. Dear County Commissioners, are you aware on December 16th, 2024, I presented the following vouchers for payment. Jill Elliott reimbursement for Brady's Smokehouse Dinner for $2,509. Jill Elliott reimbursement for the Walmart gift cards for $3,500. Jessica Ostermeyer reimbursement for the Walmart gift cards for $1,000.
To date, I have not received reimbursement for the presented vouchers. On December 30th, 2024, the board met in an open session and the accounts payable vouchers were presented. The minutes of the meeting stated that the commission reviewed and signed all vouchers. Further, on January 7th, 2025, the minutes from the December 30th, 2024 meeting were approved 3-0. These checks should have been issued immediately after this December 30th meeting are seriously delinquent. Please forward payment for the enclosed vouchers at the earliest convenience, as these should have been paid at the end of December.
Okay.
You guys want to go into executive
Yes.
session? So,
Type attorney-client privilege.
yeah,
Okay, I move to go into executive session for attorney-client privilege with the commissioners present and Michael Abbott.
Mayor, no.
Commissioners present and Michael Abbott.
Mayor,
No,
no. No.
for 15 minutes.
sounds good.